got about 20 minutes to play with. Remember, 2 in the head, bang, done. Fuck you doing? Scared the piss out of me.
Some things you don't get into over the phone.
Got it. Lorraine's at Mass.
I talked to some of the guys about your misgivings.
Yeah? There are probably as many ways to relieve an unsuspecting senior citizen of his or her money as there are people willing to do it. And just as their victims are not limited by geography, wealth, ethnicity, race, or education, the perpetrators of financial crimes against the elderly are an equally diverse group, which is partly what makes them so hard to spot. However, whether they are targeting their victim's checking account, charge cards, or the deed to their victim's home, one characteristic they all have in common is an utter lack of shame. Long as the dollar signs are there, they will say or sell anything to get their chosen victims to sign on the dotted line. Yeah, I got a cousin lives in, where you from, Nebraska?
Alaska.
Oh, okay, Alaska, huh?
Yeah.
That's way out there.
Yeah, it is.
You take care, right, sweetie? Take a seat. There's something I'd like you to do for me. It could be very beneficial to you. Listen, I want you to get a message to those Irish bastards pushing dope down at Tremont Avenue.
You teach those pricks the rules?
Listen, Lorenzo, I decide who gets what around here. This is the big leagues. You understand? Cindy.
Yes.
I must say I'm very disappointed you did not hand in your final report to Ms. Norval.
What?
Now, you were told of the importance of this assignment and the consequences that you may face if you did not complete it. So I regret to inform you that you're not going to graduate next week.
What do you know about Ivan?
I'm just saying he's not a bad guy. I know his father, Bernie. Bernie, he was a nice guy too. They're both the same. They're very similar. Nice
Oh,
guy.
so you're telling me his father's a nice guy makes him a nice guy? I know a lot of guys' fathers. Doesn't make them nice guys.
You don't like the guy because he's got that orange thing in his head.
No, I just said I didn't like the guy.
Frank, if you don't help me out, the Russians are going to take over this place.
Russians?
I saw 2 of these Russian guys a couple of weeks ago talking to some of my board members. I found out they belonged to the Russian mafia.
How do you know they were with the Russian mob, Al?
Come on, Carmine, I'm not stupid. The guy's name was Nikolai Kosygin or something like that. He ain't an Irishman. And let me tell you something, Richardson. If one thing goes wrong, you'll never work in this town again. And that goes for you, too.
It's gotta go through corporate.
But how do you think corporate would feel if, for the sake of argument, someone threw a brick through your window?